Alright guys, well welcome back once again to Let's Play Edge of Space Beta with Birdoggydog. My name is Birdoggydog and let's get kicking. So I'm in a bit of a goofy mood today. I just got back from Bikram Yoga. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's basically the hottest, sweatiest mess you've ever seen. Just basically imagine a bunch of really sweaty people in their underwear, bending over and farting in each other's faces, and then couple that with what is potentially, in my opinion, one of the best things about Bikram Yoga, or actually the best thing about Bikram Yoga, really, which is that it's incredibly good for your joints and your muscles. So, anyway, we'll get back to the gaming. Last time, I believe, yeah, we've got ourselves a fancy suit of armor, we have a fine toilet. As you can see, this is the highlight of our home. We really need to get some decorative items for that room and expand it. It is, after all, the throne room, and a throne room, you know, it's going to need some computers, it's going to need some gear. The focus, though, that I wanted to do for today was twofold. First of all, I want us to finish out our armor. We've got a droid. We've got the only droid we can currently make. So we want to get a nice armor there and on our head, and then I think we want to get a new jetpack. Those chip ones are going to be tough. I'm not sure how we're going to go about collecting those at the moment. We'll figure that out in a bit. So we'll probably go for the helix first. We just basically need titanium and aluminum for that. And then for this one, more aluminum and titanium. So we just need a brickload of that. I don't really remember offhand what the shape that we're in here is. We've got a lot of uranium. We've got a little bit of titanium. We have all the aluminum we could possibly need. So let's go ahead and make some more torches. We're down to 2 of those. I don't really know what to do with these doors. I know there's chests. I haven't really looked at them. Storage, plastic seal chest. We just need some minerals and some metals. So let's go ahead and make 2 of these. And I guess we'll use aluminum. No, I wanted... Oh, you can't multi-make chests. That's a bummer. Huh? Oh, inorganic. Alright, we gotta refine it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, as you remember last time, I was griping a little bit. I was afraid that we were starting to sort of run short on content, but then we ran into that wormhole. We found a chest, which was, you know, admittedly the first chest we found, but still encouraging. So, I'm going to try and get all of this crafting done rather rapidly, and then we're just going to start ramming the exploration home. I have no idea if we're going to be able to survive the exposure anymore. It's not clear to me. I'm not sure if the amount of exposure increases as you go lower, and based off the amount of resistance that you have based on armor, that increases the distance down you can go. I just have literally zero clues on how that works. I'm just going to get rid of the cutter. Well, we might run into something we just can't deal with without it. But we'll stash these. The particle accelerators goes there. The dirt cheap can go there. You never know, we might lose everything. The auxiliary generator for the moment. The ceramic walls, the plaster walls. No, we'll hang on to that. Refined mud. We'll hang on to you for the moment. Dirt. Biomass, titanium, all that's fine. Hardened crab shell, I don't know what that'll be useful for at the moment. Brick walls, okay, we'll store those. Aluminum, I wonder how you make brick walls. That's an interesting question. Aluminum, will we keep the goo? We'll stash the chip since I've found exactly one of those thus far. Alright, and I think we'll gather some of our materials here based on type. You know, just get all the refined stuff, all the metals. It's still, as you can see, a little squishy on where you place items in the inventory. It has to be sort of right over the top of the thing in question. That's still a little annoying to me, but, you know, as far as things go. I guess since the pressure plates are disabled, we're just going to ditch this. Okay, so I think that about gets us set up. Let's commence. Let's go ahead and see if we can't find some titanium. We'll also probably collect some goo. We need to get some torches, so I'm going to go a little more out of my way to kill these jellies than I have been thus far. We got this new particle accelerator gun, so killing things like these jellies is not so annoying as it once was. You know, they die in 1 or 2 hits now, as opposed to the 3 or 4 I think they were taking originally. We're going to basically just go gear hunting for the moment. So, I don't know how far off exactly the shooting trace is. Oh, this is stupid. Oh man, we just barely made that. But as you can see as we're shooting, that the stuff falls from sort of off-screen and random directions, so it may very well go for quite a long distance, and that would actually be kind of interesting. I'm curious how far they're rendering, or at least tracking, you know, not rendering obviously, but at least sort of simulating the physics out. Because if it's simulating a large expanse of space, you know, so that that projectile really might run into something far away, that would be pretty sweet. You know, I have a feeling it's not too far, but, you know, still, depending on the distance of that, that might be a nice effect that they could sort of be providing us, some, you know, wandering around, finding random loot and such. Okay, from things that, you know, we accidentally killed. So I think we've got enough jelly goo. There's some titanium. Let's go ahead and get that. How are we going to do that? We are going to build to it with all of this lovely... I think this is dirt. Oop, alright, and there we go. Switch modes here. Still haven't seen any new minerals. I'm excited to try and find another wormhole. I think if there's any place in the game where they've done something that's neat, it's probably in there. The other option, of course, being that we start to survive this exposure, but I'm scared of what we might find down there. If it's that hard to get to anyway. You know, there wasn't actually anything all that difficult in the wormhole that we ran into anyway. I just wasn't at all prepared, you know, with this armor, assuming that it's tracking. So one thing that's interesting right now that I pointed out in the last video though is, so I'm supposed to get 23 health from that, 14 health from that, a total of 18 exposure bonus, 10 explosive and 10 kinetic resistance. And for armors at the moment, none of that is tracking. Now, I don't understand that. I don't quite know what might be causing that. But the thing that worries me about it is that we may be going through all that effort for the armor stuff, only to have it not actually be relevant in the slightest, which would be a real bummer right now. And if that appears to be the case, once we sort of build up a full suit of this second tier armor, we'll probably just officially move on. I did just pick up Mercenary Kings. I'm probably going to do at least one Let's Play video of that today, depending, you know, on how much time I have. I have to do a little bit of work later, so, you know, that'll be up in the air based around how much time I can make available there. Okay, let's craft all those goo we just did. I can never remember where torches are. Power, no. Mining, utility. Plasma torch. Guess we're gonna make 10 of them. No, 20 of them. Alright, and we need 40 casings, which we got plenty of that. Okay. So, again, dirt really is, it's more useful. I mean, so far the only thing you get from trees are these proto-vines, which maybe is a little funny. I kind of... I don't know, I'm not sure I get that, but whatever, you know, we won't argue too much about it. This just appears to lead sort of off down here. Alright. So let's, I guess what we'll do, we seemed, you know, that last warp space showed up down one of these hallways. So we're going to dig in a little bit to this thing. Maybe we'll get lucky. I just don't know. I'm so impatient with the way this game sort of goes about showing you what's available to you at the moment. You know, the monster numbers, even if there's lots of monsters, don't appear to be anywhere yet. The names they're giving certain things that I've seen make me think that that might be that they're sort of implementing behavior structures first. Like, they've got a monster I saw named Leaper that they implemented in this last patch. That may be sort of more the approach they're taking with monster development right now. Hard for me to really say. Yeah, I don't know. We may just be digging down that way for no reason. You know, part of it is so there's no real indication of going on what's in that dark area. And it seems to me, right, like, given the level of technology you're representing here, I mean, plasma beams, and you're making that out of dirt and rock. It seems to me like some sort of scan of the environment might probably have made some sense to provide you the ability to do. That may just be a personal thing, I don't know, but it seems like we can already kind of tell you a lot about the mineral makeup of what's underground with relative ease. I mean, it takes some work, but, you know, we're telling you what's happening underground to a large extent. I don't think it's surprising that it takes at least a little work, but I feel like scanning is a fundamental thing of the sci-fi genre. You know, you scan the planet, you realize that it has mineral P and T and R in it. As you can tell, I'm clearly a... Oh, and we're fully exposed and going to die. Oh, this is not going to make any difference. We survived. Wow, that jetpack really pushed us out of the place. We managed to get quite a leap out of there. Alright, so exposure, again, sort of unexplained, sort of impossible to really account for because it just sort of happens. There's no indication of why it's happening or, you know, how well you're able to resist it. Here's another rocket robot down in someplace we've already explored. So we're running out of locations where titanium existed. I think that's probably why we want more wormholes. As you recall, that had just a ton of rare metals. Okay, there we go. There's some aluminum. We just actually don't even care at the moment, I think, about aluminum. How much of it do we have? 61? Yeah, well, let's dig through it. Maybe there's something behind it. Maybe there's something, you know, interesting. Looks like there's some ice above it, so that may not be too valuable, but we might find something back this way. About Let's Plays that I'm thinking I might do moving forward. Like I said, I think I talked about Ivan for a little bit. I may do a Let's Play of that. I've been reading their forums again and stuff like that, sort of trying to find out what's going on with the game and prep that I may do one. I think first we'll probably do at least a blind sort of intro video to Mercenary Kings, because that game looks pretty fun. For those of you who don't know anything about it, it looks a lot like Contra with weapon crafting, which sounds, you know, pretty interesting. Like there might be some real cool mechanics possible there. Are we already out of torches? Man. Gotta just kill hundreds of those slimes. I guess that's why there's so many of them, but they might give you some torches, or some, you know, maybe 2 per goo or something like that. Just because you have to kill so many of the little bastards. And they're just sort of stupid. They just die right away. You know, there's no fun to it really other than sort of grinding out torch goo. Alright, let's see. Some aluminum. This looks like it's reuniting with someplace else we've already been, but that may not be a bad thing. That looks to be the room. Okay. So we need some more slimes. It would be good to see signs, marks, or some ability to mark places of interest, you know. So I think that's the cavern there where we found the crate yesterday. And that means that the wormhole that we found was somewhere around here too, because I believe they were relatively located to one another, pretty close. I mean, I haven't looked at it in a few minutes here, you know, maybe a day, so I don't know exactly where that was, but oh man, these goos are just so not fun to fight. They don't do much. Except float around. They die in one hit. They drop goo, and then you go find more of them to kill. Alright, we're gonna craft ourselves some torches. Okay, I just want to see what's down to the right here. We probably haven't, we're one shy, so we still need to find some more titanium. I got a little distracted by meandering around. It just get bored grinding out titanium, so here we go. Alright, let's go ahead and place these. It would be nice also if you could see torches while you were holding them. You know, that's a thing Terraria implemented that I really, really think is worthy of continuing. Man, there's just not much here. Alright, so let's dig ourselves down to where we were. Anything good down here? Looks like we pretty thoroughly explored this place, so I think this may have been where the... oh no. I can't tell if this is where the... yeah, I think this might have been where the wormhole was. And I just dug out this way a bit and gave up, which is what we're going to do now. There's some titanium. Man, it's so far inside. Oh, man, that would be such a lengthy... oh, there's some. Okay, cool. Let's get that. Getting ourselves the titanium. There was exactly one piece there, really? Oh, and look, there's a rocket guy. I think we should be pretty well equipped to handle them at this point. They don't really strike me as being too threatening at the moment. If you saw the last one that we fought was pretty much a destroy fest on our part. Oh, look, we found a little underground cavern. Maybe there's something interesting here. Let's, we'll kill those little floating bastards real quick, and that should provide us some input into what's going on down here. You know, again, because you can't... man, now I can't see. So let's go kill some stuff, see if we can't find some, maybe another chip, since this guy's right here and waiting for us so diligently. Oh, and we died. Well, that was good. We've got enough now, I think, to upgrade our rocket pack. No, our helmet one. We'll do that first. Because the rocket pack, honestly, I don't have too many complaints about it at the moment. Alright, Helix class helmet armor. We need to refine all our titanium. We're done with that. We need to refine 15 aluminum. And we are solid. Okay. And finally, we do our raw mineral, which we're not gonna do that for. Okay. It occurs to me, alright, so this helmet's supposed to be 10 more health. Again, not showing up in the character sheet, so you can tell me it does those things all you want, but I'm not really convinced that it's actually doing it, because none of that stuff shows up. The only one that seems to matter is the drone. That shows up right away, and the fact that that shows up but these don't scares me even more. That said, I am now a certified military machine. Look at that. I actually look pretty wicked there. Nice job, devs. I'm pleased with that look. You know, that's suitably Metroid for me. You want to talk about Metroidvania? Well, bam, bam, bam. There we go. That is certainly what you've got right there. Anything we can deposit back at home? Doesn't look like it at the moment. We still need that titanium for the jetpack. And then we are just going to go whole hog and try and find some interesting things. Die, all of you. Just drop me torches. I don't care about maintaining the species or anything about population controls. I just really want torches. I think... see, so this is kind of funny. I'm literally just shooting around and shit's falling off. That's kind of what I mean. Like, I mean, I guess in a sense that's nice, right? Because I did have that complaint that it was like, oh, you just sort of hunt them down, and at least in this context, it takes away the hunt a little bit. I just kind of arbitrarily shoot into the sky, and whatever falls, which I guess, you know, again, speaking of depopulation and stuff, is similar in a way to how we used to hunt certain birds. You would just scare them up and then shoot buckshot at them, and it caused a massive drop-off in the population of birds in the U.S., as I recall. It was a big deal. They had to ban, I think, a certain type of gun or a bullet or something, the particular wide dispersion type that they were using. It's a random fun fact for the day for you. I forget why that came up. Oh, because we hate jellyfish, and I don't hate these guys as much. I have no idea what they are. They look sort of like bugs of some type. I actually don't care all that much what they are. It doesn't really matter to me. Screw them. Wrong place, wrong time. That's the price you pay. Alright, we can make 14 more torches. Okay. And we need a bunch of dirt yet again. Dirt just ever so helpful in so many things. I love dirt. I was in a band called Dirt. I don't know if I mentioned that to you guys. I think I did. I think I talked about our song Merry Effin' Christmas. It was a dignified piece if ever there was one. Let's see here. Anything fun this way? Ooh, a cavern. Maybe we'll find some titanium in it. Or a chest. Giddy. Ooh, and there's some titanium. Alright, what's in this one? A single uranium. Fantastic. So far, chests have been totally bloody useless. That does give me two of them, right? Don't I pick them up? So this is sad. That's the second chest, I guess, I've tried to pick up. That doesn't actually appear in my inventory. I'm not sure what's going on with that right now. I wonder if they haven't implemented that particular model of chest or for inventory space. You know, I don't know. I don't really get what would be happening there. So that's a bummer. Because stuff like that, you know, that if I could have picked the chest up and brought it back home, that would have given me a second chest. I could have started to organize things a little better. You know, that would have had some meaning as a location beyond just being sort of a, oh, yay, titanium moment. You know, whine, 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 bitch, moan, moan. That's all you do. Alright, so let's see here. We're just too lazy to go find more titanium. I'm sorry for this, guys. You can fast forward if watching me dig out this sort of thing of dirt here is a little dull. I'm really hoping, so supposedly there's sharks with lasers. That is the thing I've heard, and I really want to see some sharks with frickin' lasers. That one thing would make my interest in this game evolve immensely. At the moment, you know, like I said there in the last video, you know, there's a couple of features that I've seen now. The wormholes are cool. The chest it's a nice reward, but it's nothing new. It's nothing I didn't expect to see. The wormhole sort of surprised me. Turns out I think it's in the features and on the forums they talk about them. But, you know, I went into this relatively blind, and part of the reason was so that a moment like that could happen where I would, you know, be like, oh, cool, wormhole, that's exciting. That's something I haven't seen. It's a new game feature, and it is neat. It's fun. It's got a Sonic the Hedgehog time trial sort of thing going for it, which is pretty cool. Oh, hey, so this is actually kind of an added benefit, I guess, right? So this area is dark, and I was having to put torches down and, you know, getting all that goo, but if I mine out the back walls, it brings sunlight in. That's actually pretty slick, first of all. That's a nice added feature there that I can appreciate. I don't know if that's something that's existed in others of these kinds of games. I guess it probably has, right? If you mine out the back wall, you're going to get there. But it actually is kind of useful because of how shallow everything is in this. You know, all the resources that I've found so far have been basically right at the surface. And because of that, it actually makes mining out a whole region more feasible. I may, you know, it increases the pulls you're going to get from a shaft if you are thorough, probably by a substantial amount. I mean, again, the time investment is increased a little bit on the front end, but you know, you don't have to go hunt down that torch goo. That's an added benefit. And collecting these brick walls because what the hell, we might as well use them to upgrade our space. Imagine the cutter. No, I have to go X to do that. You know, we might as well build a finer toilet room. We're going to have a lot of toilets. I've just decided basically there's going to be two kinds of rooms in this place. There's going to be a computer room, and there's going to be a toilet room. And then there'll also eventually be the generator room and probably a some sort of torture chamber. But, you know, beds are overrated. This guy probably sleeps on the floor or is advanced enough that they just pump him full of really toxic chemicals. Because he's a clone, right? Who cares? You just make a new one when he ODs, which is inevitable. I think that's the proper way to do this. So, you know, he never sleeps. I mean, clearly it's never nighttime here, so there's never any indication that he needs to sleep. I guess from an RP perspective, you might say, oh, well, when you log off, he sleeps. I don't think so. I just think he just stares around staring at the wall. You know, just kind of hangs out, doesn't do much, maybe reads a short, like Harry Potter novel, but of his time period. I think the plot line here is something like your entire race of species is destroyed, you may be the last survivor. I'm not positive about that, but if that's the case, well, you know, he probably cries in his pillowcase for a while. Maybe writes romantic tunes in a country music or I don't know, like indie pop way, right? Like oh, my life's so hard, teen angst kind of thing. Either way, I imagine not a lot of productive things get done while I'm gone, as is evidenced by the fact that he's usually standing in the same spot as I left him, and he's usually not accomplished anything on his own. Stupid machine. I can't believe, you know, you're not capable of that. Alright, well, let's go finish collecting this titanium, and I guess since we can, we'll pick up the biomass. It's there. I haven't really had nearly as many sort of uses for it, but what the hell, we might as well get it. Don't want it to feel left out. I would never want to, you know, make a inanimate lump of goo feel like I didn't care about it, and so we're going to go ahead and let it know. Biomass takes a while. I know it was involved in something that was interesting, but I just don't recall. I also, I am debating this, man. So right now on Steam, there is a Bethesda ID bundle going for $90. You get like Doom and Dishonored and all the DLC for Dishonored, and I mean just so much other crap. I mean it's like 45 things, and it's like $90. And man, I definitely want to get it because I would do a Dishonored Let's Play. I actually really loved that game and got pretty good at it. The way I like to play it is with no HUD on extremely hard. It requires a lot of stealth, and I just usually, you know, I originally played through it as a good guy, sort of, you know, never killed anybody. With the extremely hard no HUD, my opinion is you just kill everything. So you specialize in all the talents that make corpses disappear and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm really tempted to get it, because that, and then you know, there's the Skyrim stuff, which I already have. That's the big thing. Is the big value there is Skyrim and all of its DLC. You know, I think that alone during the Steam sale when I bought it was $25 or $26. I can't remember. So, you know, that alone there really kills like a fourth of what you're paying for that content. Alright, I think we've got enough now we've got enough for a helix. It needs to be refined, so let's do that. 15 titanium. Well, we'll just refine it all. All the titanium we need is refined. So bam, have at it. Oh, nice. I actually already had a little bit. That's cool. A bunch of refined aluminum. Sometimes we have a need for organic metals, so we're not gonna... Oh, nope. Alright. We're not gonna refine all of the aluminum like that. And then we need minerals. So... dirt, have it. Alright, and this will give us a complete set of gear. So we should, I mean, by all accounts at this point, we should be pretty frickin' good. Ooh, we are short on clones. So look at that. I mean, we should really be... If we're gonna die, I'm gonna be sad, because we've done about all we can reasonably at this point, gearing up. And so if we can't survive at least a little bit of exposure and get a little bit lower down here, I'm gonna be bummed out. Yeah, we'll mine that. So close to the surface. Can't pass down. What is that? I mean, it's like nothing. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, so probably 12 or 13 bits of aluminum or titanium we're going to pick up here. I mean, that's almost another piece of armor, so it's worth it. You know, as you can see, other than just sort of meandering around, there doesn't really seem to be much progression. You know, I'm reminded of Terraria a little bit, where you could get random events would happen, blood moons, boss fights. Cthulhu might, or his eye might show up and screw with you. It would be good to see some stuff like that to derive gameplay, because again, it just feels a little, at the moment, sort of just sandboxy, and there's nothing wrong with sandbox games, obviously. Terraria was definitely a sandbox, I mean, don't get me wrong. But it would be good to see. Oh, so there's that exposure again, and it does not seem to matter what kind of gear we've got on. There's a chip, which we want, but we're not going to be able to get. Alright, we're going to make a mad dash through exposure land. Let's go. So there's a tree. We're going to die. Alright, power, come on. Alright. Yeah, so it does not appear that armor is making any difference. You know, I should have 9, 18, 27. I should have 36 exposure resistance or exposure rank. I don't get what exposure rank is. I should have a bunch of resistances, and I just don't have them. So, you know, with that, I mean, since I can't really figure out how to go any further there, I think what we're going to do is give a little bit of a chance to find another wormhole. As you can see, combat against these guys really... Oh, die. Okay, I think I'm going to call it the end of this video. I'm going to wait to do any more Let's Play of this until the next patch comes out. You can kind of you've got a good idea for what's here. We built our armor, we found a chest, we built a toilet, we did a little sample of how you hook up the power system. In case you guys wanted me to walk you through that, it's pretty simple. You click positive, you lead that to the negative of the thing you want to power, right? So I did that little line for no reason other than I wanted the power for both of these switches to come from one location. You then take that and you just sort of send it to the positive from this to the negative of that, blah, 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 and then the positive that you want from this, right? Positive plus minus to the thing you want to charge. And then once that's set up, you know, that's a switch, that's a door. I mean, it's pretty basic. We were going to do a little bit more, but the switches aren't on, and without, you know, or pressure plates, and the pressure plates are really a big part of what's going to make that fun. So with that, I'm going to sign out. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.